Why would Satan torture and burn people for disobeying the same God he disobeyed?
Yeah, that's true. Why would Satan discipline you for going against what God said? On some real shit, though.
No, why would he torture the people that did what he wanted you to do?
Right. You think it'd be like a fucking party, dude.
Christians and deconstructionists alike, both of y'all are messing up on this doctrine, on this video. Point blank period. So deconstructionists, I'm gonna get on y'all a little bit as well. But here's the thing. You cannot fully deconstruct from the Bible if you're still trying to use false doctrines of the Bible to deconstruct from the Bible to make it make sense and show that the math ain't mathing. Now on the surface, this video seems like a great deconstructionist video. Why would the devil punish people who did the very same thing that the devil did and not believe in or follow the will of this God? You would think, like the second guy was saying, that the devil would be like, hey, welcome everybody, welcome everybody. You didn't like Yahweh, you didn't like Yahweh, you didn't like Yahweh. You get a drink, you be the DJ, you bring the cigars, you make the food and have a big old party. That would make sense, right? The problem is that that is not a true doctrine that the actual Bible teaches. That is more of a doctrine that comes from the Greco-Roman mentality that there is one of the gods who is in control of this negative space of hell who will be torturing people in the underworld, in Hades, in Tartarus. That's the idea that comes from the Greco-Romans, not actually the Bible. You see, the Bible in Revelation, I believe it's Revelation 20, it may not be, but I believe it's Revelation 20 when it says that the beast and all his little minions and demons and everything will be thrown into a lake of fire. It also says that those whose name was not found in the book of life will be thrown into the lake of fire. There's actually nothing in the Bible that talks about the devil is in control of hell and will be doing the torturing based on you not believing in this God, which would be the God following the devil, which would be the devil following God's plan. See, even when Irenaeus wrote in 180 that the pleasures of heaven would be to look over the edge of heaven and see the people being tormented in hell, was something of somewhat of a doctrine that people just created based on the Greco-Roman understanding of what Hades would be like. But being thrown into the lake of fire is more like annihilation, less like a continuous torturous situation. So what the Christians don't understand is that they're following a doctrine that's not actually part of their Bible, which shows that they don't actually read, research, or study their Bible. They're just going with the flow of things. But if you're ever talking to a smart Christian who actually understands their Bible, and you say that, why ask that question, why would the devil be doing that? They will be able to hit you with the fact that the devil isn't doing that. That's not part of the Bible. This is why you got to study the Bible. This is, you've been misled, you've been mistaught. And now you're going to start thinking like, well, maybe I was misled and mistaught on some other stuff. When the true fact of the matter is, it's God who is doing the so-called torturing. It is this God who is deciding, well, I knew what every decision that you were going to make from birth to death. So I'm going to allow you to be created knowing that I'm going to throw you into this lake of fire. Knowing that you're never going to worship me. Knowing that you're going to believe in me initially, and then X, Y, and Z is going to happen. You're going to learn. You're going to start studying this book. You're going to start looking at people. You're going to start looking at the world. You're going to start understanding science, and then you're going to walk away from this mythological belief and all these fake stories that are not supported by any archaeology, that's not supported by any scientific fact, and you're going to walk away from me. So I'm going to punish you. I'm going to throw you in hell. So God created you to punish you. God created you to throw you into the lake of fire. God created you so that you can be the example for the other ones who are going to come live with him and praise him all day, 24/7 in heaven, every goddamn day, all day, which is hell in my mind in itself. So we got to learn and understand what's actually in this book that we're deconstructing from. What's the true teachings of this book so we can deconstruct from it. Not continue in a thought process that is a false teaching of the book and try to utilize that false teaching to deconstruct. You get what I'm saying? So stop, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't think that there's going to be some devil. The devil is on God's team. No, the devil and God are one and the same, and that is the one who is doing the torturing. Is Yahweh doing the torturing? Is Yahweh throwing people into this lake of fire? It is not the devil. And the devil is not in control of it, and the devil won't be torturing you. You won't be down there, and the devil saying that, well, you know, God is making me kill you. If God is making the devil do something, then that just makes God even worse, because then this God is saying, not only am I throwing you into the lake of fire, but I'm sending the person who fought against me, who was also wrong, who should also be being tortured, and I'm going to give them the privilege to torture you. Now, does that make any sense whatsoever? It does not. So let's not use that in our deconstructing. Let's understand that it is Yahweh who's throwing you into this lake of fire, predestined you into this lake of fire. There is no free will when it comes to this Yahweh. And so, but the reality is, Yahweh, lake of fire, none of these things actually exist. It's the machinations of the minds of man that created that from Greco-Roman mentalities. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.